Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Miguel coming to you again from the Torture Room with another Torture Room theory. So today I want to talk about two different types of muscle fibers that everybody has, and they're called slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers. And I want to talk about these two specific type of muscle fibers because it's how I decipher how I'm going to treat somebody depending on their pain and symptom. So if nobody's never heard of slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers in general, it's how they use energy so you can create an action. So fast twitch muscle fibers use a high amount of oxygen and glucose. Slow twitch muscle fibers don't. So in most books that I have looked through and done my research, it's usually a 70-30 split. So fast twitch muscle fibers use more. It's more like 70%. They use more oxygen and glucose, where slow twitch muscle fibers don't use. They use 30%. What do they use? Slow twitch muscle fibers, what do they use and relate for more energy? It gets a little bit more scientific. They use more of an organelle cell inside of the cell's called a mitochondria. If you've never heard of that term, mitochondria, it's a powerhouse cell. It creates energy from nutrients within cells. In general, that's what it is. You can do your own research if you want to know more about it, but they relate differently to each person, and not every single person has the exact same slow twitch, fast twitch muscle fibers. It all depends on daily lifestyle, conditioning, if you're active or non-active, and also your eating habit depends. But I'm going to give you a few examples of what could be a slow twitch, fast twitch muscle fibers. So slow twitch muscle fibers are fatigue resistant, so they're more structural, so they're not going to tire out. They have a long resistance, so we can say like the glute muscles are slow resistant, or slow twitch muscle fibers, and the hamstring is a fast twitch muscle fiber. So fast twitch muscle fibers fatigue a whole lot faster. You get that burning feeling. The hormone lactic acid starts to set in once oxygen levels start to deplete. So that's the difference between slow twitch and fast twitch. Slow twitch muscle fibers, again, are fatigue resistant. They can last longer. So, and they're more structural. They're more smaller muscle groups and structural. So like within each vertebrae, along the neck, you have more slow twitch muscle fibers in the back, like intercostal muscles. But we'll just go with the example of the glutes. So the glutes can be slow twitch, and then the hamstrings and the quads are fast twitch. They fatigue a lot faster. But again, it's also lifestyle, eating, conditioning, training. You can train slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers to be slow twitch. If you've never ran before and you want to train for a 5K, you might find out, since you've never trained for a 5K, the first week you're dying. The legs are horrible, they fatigue so much faster. And then you complete a 5K, you've conditioned it to withstand that much tension and that much oxygen running through. So you can train fast twitch muscle fibers to be slow twitch to a certain degree. It all depends, again, on training, daily habit, and especially eating habit. So, but when somebody has a pain and symptom, especially when they come through here through the torture room, and why I call it the torture room theory, because I want to actually understand what people are going through. So when I say like, how bad is the pain? Is the pain only when you're doing action, or when you're not, when you're rested, or when it's active, when you first wake up in the morning, or when you're not? I want to see how the pain plays out, because then I'm going to get to know exactly your activity level, your kind of day to day, and it's going to it kind of helps me decipher how the muscles are going to play and if it's nodding or not. So fast twitch muscle fibers, again, this is just my theory and from what I've recognized, fast twitch muscle fibers are the ones more prone to get muscle nodding because of the depletion in oxygen and glucose, because they use so much of it. And mentally, and I usually call this the athlete mentality, people can just keep going. Like they're like, I'm just going to keep going, mind over matter. And usually that's when you're more at higher risk to get nodding and fast twitch muscle fibers. Slow twitch muscle fibers, I don't believe get as much nodding. They create something more called muscular fibrosis. My belief is, and that's why I do muscle scraping on a lot of structural muscles. So again, that's just my theory, but that's how I treat and decipher each treatment plan here at the Torture Room. So slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers, everybody has them. And there's also a third one if somebody wants to get technical. Some muscles are a combination of both slow and fast twitch. But again, if you're unfamiliar with slow twitch and fast twitch, it's how they use energy for you to create action. Fast twitch, again, uses oxygen and glucose, and slow twitch uses less, and they use something more called mitochondria. So, and again, it's going to be different for every single person. Again, based on daily lifestyle, if you're training, not training, if you're active, inactive, and the biggest one is your eating habit. So, but that also plays on the tension that muscles are under, depending on if I'm going to work on fast twitch muscle fibers or slow twitch muscle fibers, depending on range of motion. So, but it's going to kind of allow me to figure out what's really going on and why I decide to work in one area, not the other area. Why I start, let's say if somebody has a hip issue, why I start way down in the calves. It's not always neurological. It's not, because there's a secret trigger point. It all depends on the pain and symptom. So somebody can have no pain but just have aches. Somebody could have no pain but just have limited range of motion. Somebody could just have tightness. So it all depends on what you come in here for. But another thing that I'm always thinking about is muscle fibers, and it's slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers. Again, that's the Torture Room theory on how I decipher each treatment plan. It's just another thing that I keep adding while people are coming in here talking to me, letting me know what's going on with their pain, and hoping that I can help them out with that and alleviate the pain. So again, slow twitch, fast twitch, if do some more research on it if you want, if you find out you're having a certain pain somewhere. But it could be also like you're not drinking enough water, to hydrate the body. So it could be another reason why fast twitch muscles are fatiguing so much faster. So if your muscles are fatiguing, it's consuming way too much oxygen, and your glycogen levels might not be up to par. So that's a little bit more technical, and I don't want to go way deep into that, but just wanted to touch up on the two muscle fibers that I always consider every single time somebody comes in here: slow twitch and fast twitch here at the Torture Room. So for another Torture Room theory. So, all right, bye.